Pulse fishing is a method of catching halibut in the Netherlands, developed to replace traditional techniques, such as bottom trawling, to minimize impact on the seabed and reduce fuel use. Instead of dragging a net across the seabed, fishing boats use poles with electrodes attached to emit a gentle electric pulse to the seabed. This pulse causes halibut and other fish to leave the sand or mud where they hide. The fish are then collected in a net without having to use strong measures to impact the seabed. Minimize impact on the marine environment. This technique does not disturb the seabed like traditional methods, helping to protect the benthic ecosystem. Save fuel. Pulse fishing uses less fuel because the boat does not have to drag the net across the seabed with great resistance. High efficiency. This method has been proven to be effective in harvesting halibut. Some studies have shown that pulse fishing can harm some fish and marine life, particularly by damaging their spines. Countries such as France and Belgium have strongly opposed the method, leading to the European Union banning pulse fishing in 2019, although the Netherlands continues to conduct some scientific studies to further assess it. Would you like to learn more about the specific studies or impacts of this method? Studies have shown that pulse fishing has less impact than traditional bottom trawling in terms of disturbing the seabed. This can help protect species that live in sand and mud, as well as prevent the destruction of coral reefs and other habitats. However, some concerns are that pulse fishing can harm non-commercial marine species, such as shrimp, crabs, and small fish. These injuries can include broken spines, damage to internal organs, or changes in the natural behavior of the species. Research on fishing efficiency. Pulse fishing has been shown to be more efficient in catching halibut than traditional methods. The higher catch rates and lower fuel costs make the Dutch halibut industry more competitive on the international market. Controversy and opposition. Many European countries, especially France and Belgium, have strongly opposed the use of pulse fishing. They argue that the method can harm marine ecosystems and reduce the number of non-target fish species. Pressure from these countries led to the European Union banning pulse fishing in 2019, although exceptions were made to allow some Dutch vessels to continue using the technology as scientific trials. Current situation. Despite being banned in Europe, the Netherlands is still researching and monitoring the results of pulse fishing. Scientists are continuing to investigate to better understand the long-term effects of pulses on marine life and to find ways to mitigate negative impacts. Pulse fishing is a promising but controversial technology. While it has environmental and economic benefits, concerns about negative impacts on ecosystems have led to regulations restricting or banning its use. Further research and thorough evaluation are needed to determine the future of this method in the global fishing industry. Would you like to know more about the current situation of the halibut industry in the Netherlands or about other fishing technologies? Current situation of the Dutch halibut industry. After pulse fishing was banned in the European Union in 2019, the Dutch halibut industry has faced many challenges. However, the industry is still trying to adapt and develop in the new context. The ban on pulse fishing has forced fishermen to return to traditional fishing methods such as bottom trawling. However, these methods are less efficient and can cause more damage to the environment, reducing fishing productivity. High costs. Bottom trawling consumes more fuel and requires more labor than pulse fishing. This has increased the operating costs of fishing vessels, affecting the profitability of the industry. International competition. Other countries such as the UK and France also have strong halibut industries. As the Netherlands lost its competitive advantage due to the ban on pulse fishing, Dutch fishermen have faced fierce competition from neighboring countries. Researching new fishing technologies, scientists and fishermen are looking for alternatives to pulse fishing, such as improved trawl designs to reduce the impact on the seabed and save fuel. Some fishermen have switched to catching other species besides halibut or are involved in other marine industries such as marine tourism or aquaculture. This helps them reduce their dependence on halibut and diversify their income sources. Finding new markets. The Netherlands is looking to expand its halibut export markets to other parts of the world, especially Asia and North America, where demand for high-quality seafood is growing. The future of the halibut industry. The Dutch halibut industry is at a crossroads, with major economic and environmental challenges. Finding sustainable and effective solutions is crucial for the industry to continue to thrive in the future. Research efforts, Technological innovation and the search for new markets will be key to determining the future of the industry. Despite the difficulties caused by the pulse fishing ban, the Dutch halibut industry is still trying to adapt and grow. The future of the industry will depend on the ability to innovate technology, find sustainable solutions, and expand international markets. Would you like to learn more about the new fishing methods the Netherlands is researching, or the export markets they are targeting for halibut? Following the ban on pulse fishing, the Netherlands has increased its investment in research and development of new fishing methods to ensure the sustainability of the halibut industry. These methods focus not only on economic efficiency but also on protecting the marine environment. Strategy: diversify halibut products, including processed, canned, and premium seafood products. This will not only expand the market but also increase the added value of the industry. The Dutch halibut industry will need to continue to innovate and adapt to remain competitive in the global market. New technologies will play an important role, but will also require large investments and time for testing. Expanding markets and building new trade relationships will also be crucial to overcoming current challenges. Fishing for flounder with a line and cutting flounder on a boat is a process that requires a lot of skill and preparation. Here are the basic steps. Line: use a long, durable line that is appropriate for the depth and size of the flounder. Hook: the hook must be of the right size and strength to hook into the flounder's mouth without slipping. Bait: flounder usually eat bait such as small fish, shrimp, or artificial bait. The bait must be firmly attached to the hook. Rod: use a rod that can withstand a lot of weight, as flounder can be very heavy. Choosing a fishing location. Flounder usually live on the seafloor, especially in rocky or sandy areas. The best time to fish for flounder is usually early morning or late afternoon when the flounder move around to find food. Fishing technique: drop the line to the seafloor and wait for the flounder to bite. When you feel the halibut bite, pull the fishing rod slowly but firmly to ensure the hook is firmly attached to the fish's mouth. Once the fish is hooked, pull it onto the boat carefully to avoid breaking the fishing line or the fish slipping off the hook.
You can hide all kinds of stuff in here. Pockets.
Sharp knife: use a specialized knife to cut the halibut. Cutting board: need a hard and clean surface to cut the fish. Gloves: wear gloves to protect your hands from the fish's sharp and slippery fins. The process of cutting the halibut. Removing the fins: use a knife to cut off the hard fins of the halibut for easier handling. Skinning: Halibut has thick and slippery skin, so it is necessary to skin it before cutting the meat. Use a knife to make a small cut in the tail of the fish, then pull the skin from the tail to the head.
86. Here's a 17.
Finishing, after skinning, use a knife to cut the fish meat into large pieces. Starting from the back of the fish, cut along the backbone to remove all the meat. Bone removal: after removing the meat, remove the bones and cut the meat into smaller pieces as required. The technique of fishing and cutting flounder requires skill and experience to ensure that the quality of the fish meat is not damaged. This is an important skill for professional fishermen. After the flounder is cut, the fish meat needs to be stored immediately to maintain its freshness. The fish meat should be placed in a box containing ice, making sure that the fish meat does not come into direct contact with ice to avoid damaging the texture and taste of the meat. Using a refrigerator or cold storage on the boat. If the boat has a cold storage or refrigerator, put the flounder in storage immediately after cutting. The ideal temperature for storing flounder is between -1 degree Celsius and 0 degrees Celsius. For long trips, storage in cold storage is necessary to keep the fish fresh. Using brine for preservation. Some fishermen use the method of soaking flounder in brine to keep it fresh. The brine helps protect the fish from bacteria and keeps the fish at the necessary cold temperature. This